From Srkcycles, we have a 20-year-old 1997 Harley-Davidson Ultra Classic with the Evo motor. And I'm here to answer the big question. Has the Electric Glide Classic really changed that much in 20 years? It really is one of those bikes that comes in, and unless you know what you look for, it's very easy to be like, what year is that bike? Now a dead giveaway is just these gauges with the analog. With like the analog, odometer and stuff like that, and then the black gauges. That's a big giveaway for me. I'm not sure when they stopped doing that, but it might have been around this time. I think 98s might have been different. Now I did let this bike warm up. Although it's fuel injected, it fired right up, which is very, very impressive. It just fired right up. A lot of times these older Harleys, you got to do all these goofy things to get it to start up. Always be wary about when you buy a Harley and you have to do all these goofy things to fire it up. There's something, it's not normal. I know the owner's like trying to tell you, yeah, it's normal. You gotta tap on the tank twice and pump this valve, and then you gotta look to north and pray to Mecca and all this stuff. It's not normal. Harleys are supposed to just fire up. Even the old ones. So this is the Evo motor. This is the motor that everybody wants. Every mom wants this for their child. They wish that their kid grows up and finds himself a nice, wholesome Evo motor. That's just a fact. That's just a fact of life. All the Harley guys really love these things. They were just good, solid motors. Now, in my opinion, I have not had too much experience with Evo motors. I know they're great motors, but Harley keeps on getting better. Maybe this had such a good reputation because the motor before this was junk. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. So, has the Electric Glide really changed that much in 20 years? It kind of depends on how you look at it. If you just look at it from the outside, you're just stepping back and you're just looking at the thing and you're wondering, just at a glance, the form and the tank and the fairings and everything. No, if you answer it that way, no, it really hasn't. It'd be like the Ford F-150 looking exactly like it did, almost to a T, looking just like it did 20 years ago in 97 with the old boxy, like first gen 7.3 Power Stroke body style, that era, and then still making the exact same thing, but just changing like the door handle, like changing like the interior, you know what I mean, or the door handle, or the gauges, put a new radio in it, and stuff like that. I mean, if you look at these buttons right here, these are the exact same buttons that they used until 2014, and with the Rushmore Project bikes. Exact. Like, there's no difference. They were using the same mold. It's the same everything. And hey, you know what? I'm looking at these. They don't look old. It worked for them, Harley was the American manufacturer that made it. But when you really get down to it and the actual nuts and bolts, I mean, these buttons, same thing. Up until 2014, these are the exact same. That's the same. So in one way, it's like, no, they really haven't changed that much. It's a classic bike. People love this style. People love the Ultra. Why change it if it works? Now, the things that they are changing, but now if you go past 20, I mean, they've had the Evo motor, they've had the twin cam motor, then they had, or the 88 twin cam motor, then they had the 96 twin cam motor, then they had the 103, now they got the Milwaukee 8. So, I mean, they're making big changes. They also, it took them a while, for the Ultra, it took them about 10 years to actually start putting a 6-speed transmission in here, which doesn't really make much difference to me. So there are a lot of things that they've changed, but they've kept that classic styling. And the thing is, all the changes that they've made, well, you know, in one sense, you could do without. You can still hop on this bike and be like, yeah, this is great. But riding a newer one, it's like, hey, I get that awesome look. I get that awesome classic styling. People know I'm riding a Harley. They don't really know what year I'm riding, but they know I'm riding a Harley. But it's just better. They always change and they always improve. The engine's more powerful. It's smoother. Oh, this actually feels pretty good. But the engine's more powerful. It's smoother. And the gear and the transmission feels better. You know, they went through throttle by wire. The radials are insane. They're great. You know, the comm system's better. It's just they're making these cool, subtle changes, but keeping the classic styling. Which, how many times do you hear people be like, oh, I like the old body style, and for a car or a truck, they're like, oh, I like the old body style, why didn't they keep on making it? Harley kind of took that to heart, and they're like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just always make that body style. And it's working out for them. So, I love this color. Now you look at some of this stuff, and it does look a little dated, but it's actually in great shape. But it does look a little bit dated. So that's kind of my answer. It's kind of one of those yes, no kind of things. Yeah, it's changed a lot in the past 20 or so years. But has it really changed that much? It's changed in the best ways possible. That's probably the best way I can put it. Alright guys, that wraps up the test drive for this Harley Davidson Ultra Classic. Guys, we're thinking, oh, you know what? Words of wisdom, Luke 18:42-43. And Jesus said to him, receive your sight. Receive your sight. Your faith has healed you. Immediately, he received his sight and followed Jesus, praising God. When all the people saw it, they praised God too. Think about that. True story. Guys, we are really close. We're just waiting for lawyers to get back to us and tell us that it's cool to give away a motorcycle. It's awesome. Check out this deal. There's if you're watching this, look at the link below or the link right on the screen. We're giving away a bike. Probably. We're checking with the lawyers to make sure we can legally do this. All right, guys. Subscribe. We'll see you guys later. I'm Sean from Srkcycles.